Nowadays, technology just melts into our daily life, and one of the biggest roles of technology would be the gaming industry. A whole new era in the gaming industry begins with the motion sensing technologies being integrated in game consoles, allowing a more realistic and immersive gameplay. Back in the 1970s to 80s, direct observation is used for data collection. Where nowadays, new form of tracking, which is distant observation, is used, where games are designed to transfer behavioral data to remote servers. So the question here is, what is the tracking method used in video games? What if I tell you it is motion sensing based? What comes to your mind about the term motion sensor? In fact, motion sensor games are games in which game systems interact with human motions and measure the movements using detectors by looking at gesture recognition, like facial recognition, head position tracking, as well as audio interpretations. Here are some examples of how motions are detected using sensors. For the facial recognition, motion camera, 3D infrared depth camera, RGB LED will be used. For the position tracking, an inertial motion sensor, accelerometer, gyroscope, infrared LED, GPS chip would be applied. For voice interpretation, often there will be speaker and microphone array used. But then you may ask, how motion sensor games are different from traditional games? Normal video games can be directly played in the seated position with physical-oriented ICT tools like keyboard, mouse, and controller. However, in the motion sensor games, it involves body movements and advanced ICT interactive elements, for example, motion cameras and interactive geographical users like accelerometer, infrared LED, GPS chip, etc. Examples of motion sensor games are PlayStation Move, KidNet, Nintendo Wii, etc. While you're enjoying your day with your games, data collection is just like a shark. And who's to prey? You. Motion-based game devices capture the potential biometric identifiers by motion sensor technology. While you're playing, the device will capture your voice, facial features, iris patterns, physical movements, and even your playing style. Surprise, surprise! It can also analyze the user's personality traits, such as openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, or neuroticism. We can call it the Ocean 5. Other personal attributes, such as age and gender, interests, or socioeconomic status can also be analyzed. But the gaming companies don't analyze your data for no reason. It could be used to improve the game experience and to target the market. Through the recorded biometric identifiers data, it can help the game team to more accurately understand the performance of the game. Apart from that, the analyzed data also helps team to gain insight into whether the game can meet the player's expectations. And this is why the game team needs to use data analysis to more objectively grasp player reaction for the game, and continuously optimize the game systems and to adjust the game design to improve players' experience and to obtain more stable active users as well as game revenue. But the gaming companies aren't happy for long, since their biggest enemy would be data breach. Motion sensor technologies simply escalate the severity of data breach. With the enormous amount of data created by the players, gaming companies, particularly the gaming companies that develop motion sensor-based games, have to handle this data very carefully. If any data breach incident happens, the credibility and reputation of the company will be severely harmed. But what is more worrying is that the data ranging from our age, gender, to even our physical health will be exposed. After all, people may not believe in these gaming companies anymore, and they may therefore not only get into lawsuits. But hey, don't panic. It is not the end of the world. Here are some hacks for you. First, you should stay anonymous. It is not necessary to give your personal information like a real name, address, and birth date during your sign up. Second, you should set up a separate email account for gaming purpose only. To reduce the risk of data breach of your personal data, you should keep your personal email, which contains your private information, away from the games. Third, do not link your credit card or debit card into the gaming account. If you do not plan to buy in-game items, it is not necessary to do so. But if you do, you can ask your card provider to offer you online verification service for online transaction. Lastly, you should install reliable security software and do regular checkup on your system to keep it malware-free. This brings you the end of our video. Thank you.